Good morning, everyone. My name is Charles Yao, and in today's video presentation, I'm going to be going over the topic of ethical considerations of AI in everyday life. And as you'll know, AI is used in so many different forms in today's society, and I'll go over how it's used later in the presentation. But first of all, I'm going to be arguing against AI. I'm going to be arguing that the ethical concerns of AI outweigh the benefits that AI can bring. Um, and while AI can bring some incredible advancements to society, the potential risk and the ethical issues are something that I'm going to be going over today in my presentation and arguing against AI. So go ahead and go into it. Before I go into the ethical concerns of AI, I'm first going to do a little broad overview of AI, and then I'm going to discuss the benefits of AI, and then I'm going to argue against it. So, first of all, understanding AI. So, AI, otherwise known as artificial intelligence, it refers to the simulation of human intelligence in machines that are programmed to think and learn. So, some examples of AI in our daily lives include virtual assistants like Siri. Siri is on your phone, and you can ask Siri a question, and she'll give you the best response that she can give to you, whether that's a link to a website or an exact answer, but just performs a specific task. And also, there's Alexa. Alexa uh, is a mainly used for music. You can ask Alexa to play a song, and she'll play the song. But Alexa can also do the same thing as Siri, and it'll answer a question you have and give you the best response it can give to you. Also, AI is in recommendation systems on Netflix and Amazon. So if you go on Netflix and Amazon, there'll be a recommendation to a show or a movie you should watch. And you can either take the recommendation or just keep going on, but it'll recommend stuff for you. And lastly, AI is also in autonomous vehicles. I know in some cars, I think it's called DJ, and you can ask the AI to play a specific genre of music, and it'll play that specific song for that genre. But next, I'm going to be going over the two different um, forms of AI. So there's narrow AI and general AI. So narrow AI, it is designed for a specific task. An example of that is like voice recognition. So whenever you say something, it'll recognize your voice, and it'll do that task, and then it'll be done. It does that specific task, and then it just stops. That's narrow AI. Next, I'm going to be talking about general AI. So general AI, it aims to perform an intellectual task that a human can do. So it's a lot harder for the AI to do, but it can do it as it's in an intellectual task. But that is general AI. And these technologies promise convenience and efficiency, but they also raise significant ethical issues. And also later in the presentation, I'm going to be talking about the evolution of AI and how AI went from a rule-based system to machine learning and deep learning. So also before I go into the ethical concerns, I'm going to go over the quick benefits of AI. So AI undoubtedly has a lot of benefits. It enhances efficiency, it enhances convenience, it helps in healthcare by it will aid in like the diagnostics and personalized treatment. Um, and it also improves decision making because it gives data driven insights. So it helps with healthcare efficiency and data driven and decision making. However, though, these benefits come with substantial ethical concerns that I am going to address now. So I'm going to go ahead and give you a broad overview of the four topics I'm going to be talking about concerning the ethical concerns of AI. Number one being privacy and surveillance. Number two being bias and discrimination. Number three being accountability and transparency, and number four being job displacement. So I'm going to go into number one, privacy and surveillance, real quick. So privacy is a major ethical issue. So whenever you're on an app or a social media app, it'll try to get your data. But I know that some social media platforms are very good about not giving away data, but so sometimes these AI systems require personal data to function effectively. Um, However, users are they're frequently unaware of the extent of data collection and how their data is being used. So some people are having most of their data taken and they're not even realizing that it's being taken. So that's a huge ethical concern as it's against like human rights. And this lack of transparency and consent can lead to misuse of personal information, and that's a terrible thing. As your data can just be used wherever and you don't even know about it. So that's number one. That's privacy and surveillance. That's the number one ethical concern. I'm going to go into the second one now. Number two being bias and discrimination. So AI can actually have bias in their systems. So, for instance, if an AI system is trained on data that reflects like inequality, then it'll reinforce those biases in their system. So, I mean, there can be a racial bias, gender bias, age bias, socioeconomic biases, in like hiring algorithms or like facial recognition technologies. Um, but yeah, so if someone's trying to be hired and they don't get the job because of ethical concerns or inequalities, I should say, then that's just not fair, and that's a huge ethical concern that should be addressed. But in order to mitigate this bias or discrimination, it is crucial to use diverse and representative data sets and continuously audit AI systems for fairness, as they should all be fair and everyone should have the same attempt at getting the job as in the next person, and there should be no discrimination. That's number two. We're going to go into the third ethical concern now. Number three being accountability and transparency. So, accountability is very important when dealing with AI, as the challenge of determining who is responsible when AI systems make mistakes um, or cause harm is important. So, when you um, want to know something about the AI system, you need to know who to contact, like who to let know about certain issues. But unfortunately, some of these AI systems have no way of knowing who to go to. So that's accountability. Also, the need for transparency in AI decision making processes to ensure they're understandable and explainable. You want to be transparent with the system, with the people that made the system. No one hiding anything. So being transparent is very, very good. And when people are not transparent or not accountable for actions of the AI system, then it's just a huge another ethical concern that should be addressed. But that's accountability and transparency. I'm going to go into the last ethical concern, and that is job displacement. So job displacement is very, very big topic when it comes to AI, as AI's ability to automate tasks can pose a huge threat to employment for a lot of people, particularly in industries like manufacturing, transportation, and customer service. These are the repetitive jobs, and AI can they can do the task more efficiently, and obviously you don't have to pay the AI, so it can make a lot of people lose their jobs. Um, while AI can actually create new job opportunities in tech and development, it also necessitates significant reskilling and upskilling of the workforce to transition into new roles. So reskilling and upskilling is a good solution to job displacement when it comes to AI. If these workers are trained um, and reskilled and upskilled, then there won't be a need for AI to replace them in their job. So that's a good resolution to that. But these policymakers and these businessmen should work together to address these challenges and support these affected workers from the AI system. So those are the four ethical concerns that I'm going to be talking about today. But now I'm going to go into a solution for addressing these ethical concerns. So, in order to address these ethical concerns, the development of AI must adhere to strict ethical guidelines and frameworks. So, if you have a very strong guideline and framework, then it won't allow for these ethical concerns to be such a detriment to some people. So this can include ensuring transparency in AI operations and establishing accountability mechanisms. So organizations like the IEE and the European Commission have actually developed guidelines to promote ethical AI practices. So there are people that are not systems organizations that are attempting to help deal with these issues. I'm actually going to go into a couple more organizations real quick. Um, so organizations like the IEE, UNESCO, and the European Commission, they actually highlight the need for ethical guidelines when using AI or dealing with AI in any sense. These organizations, they value fairness, accountability, transparency, and privacy. So they value the four. I gave four ethical concerns, and that those are resolutions for all four of them. So these some there are organizations that are they're noticing that AI have a lot of ethical concerns, um, and also these organizations they encourage the development of AI systems that prioritize human values and well-being. Because if they're being very following human values, then they're doing it right. So those are some of the systems that are actually helping out. So next, I'm going to go into some case studies that I read about that have that dealt with ethical concerns with AI. So Google actually faced backlash over the composition of AI in its ethics board, leading to a dissolution. This highlights the need for inclusive and transparent ethical oversight. The use of facial recognition by law enforcement has raised significant privacy and civil liberty concerns. Um, and also in hiring, companies like Amazon have scrapped AI recruitment tools due to gender biases. So these cases underscore the importance of ethical vigilance in AI applications. So there was the one with the law enforcement facial recognition. There was the gender bias and Google faced backlash. So in today's society, we are starting to use these or starting to go after these organizations that are not using ethical concerns or guidelines in their systems. But now I'm going to go over the future of AI. So looking ahead to the future of AI depends on responsible innovation and effective regulation. Governments and international bodies are increasingly recognizing the need for comprehensive AI regulations. Public awareness and education about AI's ethical implications are also crucial. As AI continues to evolve, ongoing dialogue and collaboration among these policymakers and the public are very essential. So, yeah. So, for the future, these organizations are really going to analyze and make sure that their guidelines are ethical, as it is going to be a huge issue in the future. So, balancing innovation with ethics. So, the challenge of fostering innovation while ensuring ethical standards are met is a big standard for any companies wanting to use AI in their hiring process or in any way. And particularly the role of the government, the industry, and the civil society in shaping ethical AI policies is very important for the groundwork of AI in society. So, the government needs to be that groundwork, so they can look to and be like, okay, these organizations are using ethical guidelines. and then I'm gonna do it. So, in conclusion, while AI offers tremendous benefits, it also presents significant ethical challenges, privacy bias, job displacement. Those are the key concerns. And I urge all of us to remain vigilant and actively engage in discussions about ethical implications of AI. Um, but yeah, that is it. Thank you so much for listening to my presentation. I will be happy to answer any questions any of y'all may have in the discussion board. But thanks again, and have a good rest of your day.